Good afternoon, Carrie Peck here from the Pattaya News. And today we're here with John Spooner, Anglo Siam Legal on Pattaya, Thai. It's opposite the Big C car park on Pattaya, Thai area if you're looking for Anglo Siam. And today we were talking about the latest tax law changes and how they may affect you. John's going to take us through and give us a high level on a few points today. And if you want any more information on it, we'll put down in the comments. But please drop your questions in there and let's see if we can respond to them on the comments field below. Hi, John. How you doing?
Kerry, thank you very much. Doing well. Yourself?
Very good. Very good, thank you. Now, John, you have a few businesses, legal firms and accounting. Please give a bit of introduction about yourself and your businesses here in Thailand.
Okay, certainly. Okay, so for all of those that don't know me or the businesses, we have several law companies and an accounting company here in Thailand. We also have affiliates back in the UK and in Australia and several other places around the world. Predominantly in Pattaya for Anglo Siam Legal, we deal with the expats and the foreign nationals here, whilst our subsidiary companies up country in Korat, they deal nationwide for expats and foreign nationals. Our accounting team, which are in-house, deals with tax identification numbers, business taxes, personal taxes, etc. for both Thai companies and overseas nationals. Now, there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of things on Facebook, a lot of misinformation about the new regulations.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people are saying it's not law. Some people are saying it hasn't changed. It hasn't been published. We need not to worry about it. Everybody will always have their opinion. And the best thing to do is contact your own lawyers, your own accountants, or indeed us at Anglo Siam Legal. We have in-house Thai lawyers, barristers, and accountants who have been researching this for nearly 18 months now. We've spoken with other accounting firms, we've looked at national forums, we've spoken and liaised with high-level Bangkok law companies. We are all in agreement. This is not a new law. The law was enacted in 1978, and I'll quote what it is from the Thai Revenue Code. So, as per Section 70 of the Thai Revenue Code BE 2521, which is 1978, a TIN number is mandatory for all taxpayers in Thailand. Now, some people are going to say, well, I'm not a taxpayer, I'm retired. It all depends on the income. If you send money in from overseas to Thailand, which you have earned and sent in from the 1st of January 2024, that is income. That could be from pensions, from savings from this year, 2024 onwards, from the sale of houses, from shares, from dividends, whatever the case may be. Even if you are taxed at source and you have bilateral agreements, it is still income. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be taxed on it. I'm saying you've got to report it. And to do that, you need a tax identification number. Going back to the regulations. So Section 70, I said, TIN is mandatory for all taxpayers in Thailand. Going on to Section 100 of the same Revenue Code, 1978. Anyone considered a tax resident, and I quote, anyone considered a tax resident in Thailand needs a TIN. This applies if you stayed in the country for more than 180 days in any calendar year. So, for instance, you're here on retirement, you're here on a marriage visa. You've not left the country for a couple of years now. You're a tax resident. It is as simple as that. Therefore, these laws that have been around for decades apply to you. It's only the regulations that have changed, and those were published in the Royal Gazette in autumn of 2023, which basically makes it mandatory for everybody, whether you're Thai or foreign, to have a TIN number and to report your personal income tax. Again, a lot of confusion. Are they trying to get money from us, Europeans, Westerners, expats? We don't think these laws were ever here to get us. It was a Thai law to get the Thai people living and working overseas sending money back in to pay their taxes. Unfortunately, what's happened, we've fallen into the category where it captures us. So, are you an expat living here more than 180 days? If yes, you need a TIN. If you've got income coming into the country, which you've earned since the 1st of January 2024 and sent in since the 1st of January 2024, you do a personal tax return. The tax returns will be simple. They will ask you questions, source of income. Let's say it's a UK pension, government state pension, taxed at source. UK has a bilateral agreement. You report it, you're going to have no tax to pay. Similar for America, Europe, Australia, we all have bilateral agreements. Things like private pensions that are not taxed at source and you remit, you have to report. Therefore, then you might get taxed. But again, you have limits of what your thresholds of what you can earn and what you can't. Then you can add different benefits onto it, like if you pay medical insurance, it's all added on to your entitlement before you pay tax. Very complex subject. So I really do advise, speak to the accountancy and legal professionals, whoever you choose, and get clarity for it. I really think that the worst thing people can do is ask questions on Facebook. You're going to have a million different opinions, a million different answers and personal views. Unfortunately, you might get wrong advice.
Just on that, John, I read on a comment the other day, someone wrote, it hasn't been drafted in the Royal Gazette, so it can't take effect.
So the law came out in 1978. The regulations changed, and they published those changes in the Royal Gazette in autumn of 2023. It is in effect and has been in effect since the 1st of January 2024. It's law, it's regulation, it's in, and it's effective now. So really, what I'm trying to say for you, this is information to try and clear this things up for overseas nationals. You do require a TIN. If you have any source of income coming in since 1st of January 2024 that you've earned since the 1st of January 2024, you may be subject to taxation. But agreements are in place, levels are in place, it's complicated. But don't not pay attention to this. Many things can happen quickly in Thailand. Whilst immigration are not saying anything about requiring documentation, we all know, having been through the system, that any government officer at their discretion can ask for additional information. What happens if you go for a yearly visa extension and they say, thanks for all the papers, can I have a copy of your TIN and your latest personal tax return? If they ask for it, you've got to provide it. If you don't have it, you could have issues. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, by no means, but we all know that the Thai agencies can ask for whatever documentation they want in support of your extension. Why take the risk? Why have the worry that if you're asked, you may not get your visa, or if you have to do something, you haven't got it and you're rushing around, you miss deadlines. It's so important. I think we've got to remember, if we were in our home countries, we pay tax. If you're living here as a guest, which we are, why are we concerned about paying tax? We're here to live, to stay. We've got to comply.
There's some visas now that allow you to stay 180 days, as I understand it, renew in country, and then 180, and then you have to leave. Do you fall in the tax category because you've been in country now 300?
No, there's certain long-term visas that are exempt from the taxation. So your elite, your LTRs, things like that.
Someone needs to know more, you can help them with that.
Indeed. If you need to know more about that, we have consultants that can assist. So kind of closing off, if you need any guaranteed and true advice, we'll give it to you plain and simple. We'll let you look at the law. You can then make your own decision. But the key points for anybody, and you can research this, Thai Revenue Code BE 2521, which is 1978, look for Section 70, which is about TINs, Section 100, which is about TINs in 180-day calendar years, and importantly, for the tax returns, it's Section 167 of the Revenue Code. If you stay here for 180 days, you file a tax return, and it is simple as that. There's so many more laws being looked at, but these are not law yet. Thai government are making recommendations, which the government will look at, about worldwide income. That is not law yet. They're looking at taxing everybody irrespective. It's not law yet. The only thing that is law, and has been for 30 odd years, you require a TIN, you require to do a tax return, and that changed and was published in the Gazette approximately 15 months ago.
Okay.
That's as clear and concise as generally people will need to know it.
All right. Thank you very much, John. That's a very good overview. Again, if you want some more information, put your questions down in the comments, send them into the Pattaya News, contact Anglo Siam Legal. Of course, John said that he has other businesses such as Isan Lawyers in Korat and an accounting firm. So please send your question through and let John help you if you need, or seek your own legal or accounting advice from your local provider now.
Absolutely. That's very good advice, Kerry. Everybody will have their favourites. Go to the ones you trust. If you want someone new who will give you honest advice, come and see me.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, John. Been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Until next time, you'll catch this in the legal catch-up in our e-paper on the Pattaya News, on the website, thepattaya.news.com. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see the e-paper. Within there, we'll put a legal section, and we'll drop this video in there as well. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.